Guide-Terra Summer Installation Guide for the Dura Motorized Screen. Step 1A. Open the box and use it to protect the components by placing it on the ground. B. Make sure the measurements of the motorized screen matches the dimensions of the opening to be covered. C. Remove the front of the housing by removing the fixing screws located at each end of the housing. Keep the screws in a safe place for later. D. Identify the motor side and the pivot side. The pivot side will have a spring that allows the release of the roller tube from its position. E. Remove the roller tube by inserting the flat bar between the motor and its support. Then, push to release the square rod from the motor support. F. Remove the pivot side from its support and then remove the roller tube from the back housing. G. Carefully remove the roller tube, the load bar, and the electrical wire from the back housing. Place them on the cartboard that's on the ground. Step 2A. Locate the 3 colored dots on the inside of the back housing. These dots are the suggested drilling options for running the electrical wire. If your Dura Motorized Screen is installed on a Pergola, go to Step 3A. Step 3A. Before beginning the installation, use a level to ensure that the top of the opening is straight. B. Center the back housing in the opening. Leaving equal spaces on each side. C. Secure the back housing in place by inserting the screws into the pre-drilled mounting holes. Step 4A. Using a level, check that the sides where the U-channels will be installed are square. Make sure the gaps between the back housing and the sides are less than ½ an inch. B. When attaching the U-channels to the openings, make sure you leave 1/8 of an inch from the end of the U-channels and the end of the back housing. Using the pre-drilled holes, fix the channel along the entire length. Depending on the material, use the appropriate screws. Step 5. A. Run the electrical wire through the pre-drilled hole. B. With the load bar facing out, take the roller tube and insert the pivot side into the pivot bracket located inside the back housing. C. With the roller tube inserted on the pivot side, compress the spring. D. Make sure the roller tube is firmly held into the back housing by the pivot bracket and the motor bracket. E. Pull the excess wire out until a small downward loop remains on the inside portion of the housing. F. Insert the tip of the antenna behind the motor bracket. Step 6. Note: the motor programming steps must be done simultaneously. Leaving a long period between these steps will cause the procedure to stop. A. Select the channel between 1 and 15 using the left and right arrows. Every motor should be on a different channel. B. Power up the motor. It will beep and jog. C. Within 10 seconds, press P2. 1 beep and 1 jog. D. Press P2 again. 1 beep, 1 jog. E. Press up arrow, 3 beeps and 1 jog. The motor is now paired with the transmitter. F. Verify the motor's direction of rotation. Up button, the screen goes up. Down button, the screen goes down. If the direction of rotation has been changed, press and hold up and down buttons simultaneously until the motor beeps and jogs. The direction of rotation has been successfully changed. Step 7A. Using the remote control, lower the fabric about 7 inches under the housing. B. With the plastic tip up, insert the short slide ½ an inch deep into the U-channel. C. Using the supplied wood tool and a hammer, drive the short slide into the U-channel until the plastic tip is flush to the U-channel. Make sure that the zipper of the fabric fits into the plastic tip all the way up. D. Repeat steps 7B to 7C in order to install the short slides on the other side. Step 8. A. Identify the left side of the long slide, making sure that the two small insert holes are located on the same side as those on the short slide. B. Align the two drill holes of the long slide with the two drill holes of the insert that is attached to the short slide. C. Using a level, adjust the long slide inside the U-channels, making sure that the inserts are level with the first insert. D. Insert the metal flat bar vertically in the middle crack of the short and long slide to ensure that the two are well aligned. E. Insert the two screws into the long slide and in the insert attached to the short slide. F. Repeat steps 8B to 8E for the right slide. Step 9. A. Press P2 on the back left of the remote, one beep and one jog. B. Press up arrow on the front of the remote, one beep and one jog. C. Press P2, 3 beeps and 1 jog. The motor is ready for limit settings. D. To adjust the top limit, raise the fabric until the top of the load bar reaches the same height as the bottom of the back housing. Press and hold the stop button on the front of the remote until the motor beeps 3 times and jogs to confirm the desired height. E. To set the bottom limit, lower the fabric until there's a 1/4 inch gap between the rubber and the floor. Press and hold the stop button on the front of the remote until the motor beeps 3 times and jogs to confirm the desired height. The limits are now set. Step 10. A. Run the system up and down 3 times to verify the proper operation and limit settings. Finish with the screen up for the next step. A. Insert the top of the front housing into the notch in the rear of the housing at a 45-degree angle and rotate the front housing down. B. Once the front housing is in the correct position, install the screws removed in step 1C. Then insert the screws into the pre-drilled holes on the front of your Dura motorized system.